place. Woman, you know me, I go work up your waist. Put it on your structure and put it in your place. And send you out to your mother smiling on your face. Nobody never know when me give it to her there all night. You say what she ever holler. Baby girl, me give you the loving that you want. That perfect tell you 'cause you call me Raja. Baby girl, me give you the loving that you want. That perfect tell you 'cause you call me Raja.
Wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies join in share. If you see her poo, wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies join in share. She can't wait to patch the lower. Can't wait to throw the gun. Can't wait to patch the lower. Can't wait to throw the gun. If you see her poo, wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies join in share. If you see her poo, wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies join in share.
When you come my Indian wedding, all you see is woman whining. When you see the lawa action, all you see is blue and grinding. Guyana, Trinidad, what you say?
Father sitting by the river, thinking about the daughter future. Father sitting by the river, thinking about the daughter future, sending shit to another home. Can't bear to let she go. Hope they treat you like the way he used to do. Oh, if you see her poo, wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies joining share. If you see her poo, wine and swing she waist, watch the lower. All the ladies joining share.
If your action create a legacy that inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. Dolly Parton. This is Get Real with Shameeza, and I'm your hostess, Shameeza Ali. Salam, namaste, and a special good evening to everyone joining us on Facebook, YouTube, NTN Channel 69 in Georgetown, Guyana, and on Island Zone Radio right here in New York. Please go ahead and share the live on Facebook. If you're watching on NTN Channel 69 in Guyana, please log in on your Facebook and tell us where you're watching from tonight. And please like and follow our page at Get Real with Shameeza. Women History Month concludes tonight. We will have an open, interactive discussion on women roles in society. So get ready and share your ideas, stories, values, and feedback. But first, this month we featured 4 very unique women and their journey. From Minister Vindhya Prasad, who is managing the affairs of human services and social services of a country, to Sandy Meg, who escaped an arranged marriage and an abusive relationship, or Sharon Iserdine, who became the sole provider of her family, or the woman who chose her mental health as a priority so she can be a better person to her children and society, Annalisa Bahadur. These women have all shown the strength and resilience of women. Their courage and bravery should be celebrated and commended as heroes of our time. But yet, many of us will forget their names soon. We speak of empowering our women. How many of us are truly understand what empowerment is? Tonight, I would like to take the opportunity to speak about women empowerment. What is women empowerment? To me, women empowerment is the process of retrieving their true rights and give them their proper place and recognizing them in our society. Why do we need to empower our women? Everyone has a different strength. Understanding their concept, we should include women in every opportunity so that they can give their best for the community, society, and our country. How to empower women? There are many methods to empower women. Awareness is the best tool for it. Society can enable females to take their part in which she was prevented. Girls' education must be compulsory. Child marriages should be banned, etc. In conclusion, human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human's rights. Millions of girls and women are subject to abuse, child marriage, and trafficking. Let's support and protect them. Let's educate them and help them to stand with men. Let's empower women. Tonight's giveaway is compliments of Vermin Bidesi, Women's Foundation, and BuyEasy.com. Here is your chance to win this prize. Last week we spoke to Annalisa Bahadur. At what age did she have her first child? Again, the question is, last week we spoke to Annalisa Bahadur. At what age did she have her first child? Please comment, and also please share the show with your friends and family. And while you do that, here's a message from our sponsors.
Kaichu Restaurant has been serving our community for over 25 years. We offer an enticing selection of West Indian traditional dishes along with a fully stocked bar. Bring your family and friends to our newly renovated dining room to celebrate your special occasion or event with us. We do catering and we also deliver. Kaichu has 2 locations to choose from. Support our community and eat local. Looking for something to get rid of that fine line wrinkles? Well, look no further. You can now indulge yourself with Truly Flawless. This one-of-a-kind, anti-aging caviar luxury face cream will give you that youthful-looking glow again. It's not only for you ladies, men can also benefit from this product too. Try it for yourself and see results within a week. Check out our website at www.trulyflawlessskincare.com and on Amazon Prime. We are also excited to launch our newest skincare products coming in March 2022.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor-trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
Sherry's Weakness for Sweetness is a family-owned and operated bakery with a West Indian flair. We specialized in custom cakes, decorative desserts, and a contemporary spin on traditional West Indian cuisine. We are located at 114-07 Jamaica Avenue. Hours of operations are Tuesday through Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Memories should always be this sweet. Come visit us today.
All right, we are back. And I hope you guys share the live with your friends and family, because tonight's discussion is not something that you will want to miss or have them miss. My panel tonight consists of two women who lead their life with grace and compassion. Tonight, they're not just my co-hosts, but my fellow empowered women. They are mothers. They're heading their households single-handedly with strength and determination. I am proud to call these ladies my friend. Please welcome Suri Dukhi and Sheffield Douglas. Welcome, Shafi. How are you? Welcome, Suri. It's a pleasure having you both here tonight.
Hi, Shameeza. Hi, Suri. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Shameeza,
meet you
thank you
too.
for
How
having
are
me.
you?
I'm fine, thank you. Shameeza, thank you for having me once again on your show.
You were actually, when we did our very first show, Shafi, you were on that show and you opened for us. You spoke about a lot of different things. Until this day, those words that you said are still in my head, and I am truly, truly honored to have you here tonight. And Suri, you're no stranger to Get Real with Shameeza. You've been on a few times.
Yes.
So tonight we're about to get real about things that we all enjoy speaking about, which is woman role in society, right? So
And
I'll let you guys.
where we came from and where we are today, the
Exactly.
growth, how we evolve, and how
Yes.
we can continue to do so.
So, yeah, indeed.
Now, I know all three of us are moms, right? We all lead lives where, we're professionals. We also have so many things that's going on. We're busy women, right? But at the end of the day, our roles are quite important to society, right? Because I know for you, Suri, you're like I when you speak of busy to your level, it's a whole different level, right? And then Shafi, there are times when I want to speak to you for like a minute or two and you're all over the place and you're like, I'm sorry, Shameeza. So listen, we are all busy, so for you guys to be here tonight,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to have this conversation. I'm ready, so let's get started.
Yes.
Suri, you tell us, what does woman empowerment really means to you?
I think that women in the hold is actually evolving from where we came from in the 70s, 80s, and even in the 90s a little bit. We have seen how much they've grown.
And especially now, we have more women actually graduating from universities more than men, and actually focusing on their education, empowering themselves, educate themselves, and want to know more. I'm hoping with that how we're heading, where we're heading, that we have more women leaders in the future. So by we setting an example and we lead the path for women and the youngsters, our children, our daughters in the future, that will help them to actually empower themselves and the example that we set for them.
Absolutely.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
I absolutely agree with you. I think it all starts with us as women. What are we doing? How are we contributing towards the empowerment of other women? And it's the little things like teaching our daughters, our sons to really performing their role. What are they going to grow up to be? What are we teaching them at home that they can take out and be better human beings? But what is our girls seeing at home? Their moms leading by example, and what we're teaching them. So I think it's important to just have that extra caution as to who we are at home and what we're teaching our daughters. How about you, Sheffy?
Yeah, Shameeza, it's interesting listening to what Nira would have said, Suri would have said, about the evolution of women, especially in our society. When we look at that achievement, the growth of women in our country, we must stop, and recognize great women who would have paved that way for us to even be here this evening and have this conversation. Women like Janet Jagan, Jessica Barnum, Miss Phillips, they would have fought for our dignity and our basic human rights, and it's women, great women like them, and many others that followed, are, how should I say, basically they're the foundation. There's, uh, why we are here today, why women are in the medical field, are engineers like myself in mining, unfamiliar sector, male dominant sector, they would have carved that pathway for us to be here, today. So, yes, we have as a country on the whole, really thrived, especially as it relates to women development.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
We have to actually teach our girls that they must they must have this security within them, excuse me, and they must be able to go out there. Like,
Yeah.
if I recall, 20 years ago, I wouldn't be able to sit here and speak live. I had to grow into it. I had to make myself feel like, okay, I can do this, educate myself, and set an example for people who are there hiding. We have to learn, and we have to teach our female more to be more social involved in the society. And that, again, back in the days, female were not allowed to educate themselves as much as they are today. So with that alone, and I specifically focus on education because I know how important it is. I'm currently doing my PhD, so I know how education is important, especially both boys and girls lives. However, like, seeing a girl actually get this done and moving forward and becoming leaders, it's
Yeah.
amazing to me. These are the things that my mom didn't have an opportunity to do, and this is where my dad is focusing on me and my brother to actually get this done. My brother's already said, but focusing and pushing me that don't settle. Girls should not settle.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well said there, Suri, and I agree. Uh,
Yes.
in certain countries, it's still a thing where girls are not given opportunities. They're not. People will send their sons to school so they can become doctors and attorneys rather than sending their girl child. As a matter of fact, girls are not even allowed to go to school in this age and time. We have girls who are not sent to school. When we think of our daughters, right? Can you imagine not giving them an opportunity to go to school, right?
And
How much are we
saving
missing out on?
money for their marriages
Exactly.
instead
Say
of
Exactly.
exactly,
Yeah.
right. So this is still happening as we speak here.
yes, yes.
Girls are
It
not
is.
given
It
that
is.
opportunity, right?
For that reason, Shamiza and Nira, I really, really love 2019 International Women Day theme. You know, it's think equal, build smart, and innovate for change, right? And when it speak about equal, for me, it when you hear the word equal, is basically like what you were saying. You know, you don't send your boys to school and your girls sit home and at home and wait to be married off, but by providing girls equal opportunities, so they can thrive and they can grow and be able to contribute towards their communities, to the country as a whole, in terms of development, and just having equal access, right, to their basic fundamental human rights, the right to education. And I mean, I don't mean to get too political or anything like that, but you have to pay recognition, where it's due. I think it was last year, the government, through the Ministry of Social Services, I think they started a program to empower women and girls. I mean, it's a fantastic program, because when, an empowered woman means an empowered home, an empowered community, an empowered country. So, you know, um, so many things have been going on, taking place locally here. But my only wish is that it would, programs such as those, it's more, it could be more decentralized, so it reaches communities like where I came from, a small community, about now about going to 1,000 persons, an indigenous community. Our community, the women there weren't able to access that program, which is really, really vital towards, you know, empowering them. So, that's when you go to the communities and you visit women, they want to empower themselves, but they just simply don't have access to leadership programs, capacity building, training programs, and things like that. So there's such a long way for us to go, but we have achieved so much, you
And
know, it,
I
I,
agree.
thus far.
I agree.
I agree that we have a long way to go. Man,
Yeah.
we have come a long way. We
We
have come,
have,
Way, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
going back to what you said, Shafi, is I hope with time, with the new government and with time, we'll be able to get to those areas where
Yeah,
girls
of
can
course.
definitely have an opportunity, just like everyone else, to have
Yeah,
access to certain things that for years
exactly.
they didn't have access to. And
I know.
I know our current first lady is working very hard. Like I said, we had Dr. Vindhya Prasad on, and I know she's doing so much. We spoke of so much different things that she's doing as well. I know our education minister, Priya Manik Chan, is doing a whole lot. And I'm proud of these women to see them
Yes.
as
Yeah.
ministers of a country doing so much for our country. And I commend them for what they're doing.
Indeed. Indeed.
So with that said, speaking of, you spoke of the theme for 2019. This year's theme is providing healing and promoting hope. Is both a tribute to the ceaseless work of caregivers and frontline workers during this ongoing pandemic, and also a recognition of the thousands of ways that women of all cultures have provided both healing and hope throughout history. I think this one, it was direct for the pandemic that we've been going through
Yeah.
the past 2 years, but it's also important to recognize that it is true. We have a lot of nurses, we have a lot of frontline workers. It's even more fascinating now to see female police officers here in New York City.
Yes, yes.
It's more and more you're seeing them, and I'm so proud when I see one. I always find the time to thank them and to tell them that they're doing an amazing job just to see them there. So I'm happy. Let your daughters go out and be police officers.
They can go, girls can go out and be
Be
whatever
anything.
they
Whatever
want
they
to
want
be.
to be.
Whatever
Indeed.
they want to be, not because our
Yeah.
culture has a big, problem. I
Yeah.
believe that
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
be slammed for this, but I am sorry, but I have to speak the truth. Our culture plays a big part in our life, where we came that you should be this and you should be that. No, you should be what you want to be and be able to speak to your parents what you want to be. Parents need to communicate with their girl children, be able to let them speak how they feel and not tell them no matter what. Don't ever tell your daughter she's ugly. Don't ever tell her she's dumb. Don't ever tell her she's stupid. Because guess what? She's going to be a leader one
Yeah.
day
Indeed.
when she grow up.
Indeed.
Don't,
Indeed.
girls, don't let no negative thing bring you down. You're a shining star. Build that internal confidence. Parents need to build confidence within their children, be boy or girl.
Absolutely.
We have to, it all starts from home. What we instill in
Indeed.
them, that's what they go out and be.
Yeah.
Guide them.
Indeed.
Don't be a
Indeed.
dictator. Just be a guidance to your children.
Exactly.
And
Shamise, ladies, I have my background is in social work. That's what I studied. And a few years ago, I went to my parents and I said, I'm going to go start a mining company. And my father, he was very concerned because, of course, it's a male dominant, you know, um, business sector, and it's a harsh, business to be in the environment. And but he never discouraged me. He believed in my abilities to be whatever I want to be. Do whatever I want to do once I feel it's the right thing that I'm doing for me, right? And he has been, over the years, tremendously like my pillar of support. When the going gets tough, he's always there to remind me of the reason why I started that in the first place. And so, indeed, you're right, Suri. We need to encourage our children. Parents most times they project a lot of what they wanted to be as a child. Growing up, I really wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't make it because of whatever reasons, be it my parents' inability to provide the tuition or what have you. And then you say, okay, well, I get my child, he or she's going to be a doctor. And you're fixated on that and you project that onto them. But they don't want to be that, maybe. You have to be able to accept, whatever they choose to be. Um, if it's your girl child, she wants to be an engineer, and you thought that, okay, my daughter is going to be a doctor, you just have to be supportive. That's the most you can do. be so Provide that safety net and support system for her.
I think that's more of a culture thing. Oh,
Yeah.
doctors and lawyers and engineers,
Yeah.
that's more of a culture thing, I'll say. How often do you hear someone go out there and be a pilot or a space person or someone, a scientist, or
Yeah.
it's very
super common.
common,
Yeah.
Yeah.
doctors and lawyers and engineers.
And it's interesting that you say that, Suri, and we're on this topic. A few years ago, actually did an interview with one of our very very awesome young lady here in our community. She does a podcast, and she interviewed me. And during the interview, she said to me, so you have grown kids, and she's like, were you one of those moms that said that they have to be doctors and lawyers and that kind of stuff? And I said,
Mm.
never. I never said to my kids that this is my expectation of you, or this is what you should be. I said, what I wanted for my kids was them to be kind, good human beings. That's always
Yes.
my expectation.
Yes.
And today I'm happy. I have 4 kids. My kids are hilarious. They all have a great sense of humor, which I adore about them. You can be like having the worst day, and these kids will say the funniest thing. Each one of them. They're full of humor. They're good human beings. They're kind, and that's they're healthy, and that's, I think, as a mom,
That's
that's
what
for
you
me
want.
is the most
Yeah,
important thing.
Important thing. It's a
exactly.
happy and healthy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's never, not because you're a parent, it means that what you say has to go. Sometimes we learn from our children.
Oh yes.
I have learned so much from my 2 sons. I have 2 boys. I have learned so much, and every day I learn something new. I learn to think to their level. I learn to understand them better because I listen. If
Yeah.
I didn't, then I wouldn't have known how to think and how to understand to that, because I'm old school too. I grew up with the old school mentality.
Yeah.
I had to break that out to get along, you know?
Guys, let's pause here. Let's take a quick break. While we're doing that, guys, please share the live with your friends and family. Here is a message from our sponsors.
Hibiscus has been a flagship restaurant in our community for a very long time. Come dine with us and enjoy our excellent food, drinks and service at any one of our many locations. We are located on 12418 101 Avenue and 22113 Jamaica Avenue. Hibiscus at Elliott's on the Mile in Freeport is one of our newest locations, along with 12402 Rockaway Boulevard. In Guyana at 91 Middle Street, Georgetown. Bring your family and friends and come visit us soon.
M&R Fire Fest is one of the newest hotspot in Richmond Hill. If you're looking to have a fun time or just chill, this lounge is the place to be. We celebrate all occasions and our live entertainment and drink specials are amazing. We are located at 13123 Liberty Avenue. Come check us out and see what everyone is talking about.
Mandy's Cake Creations, serving traditional rum black cake with almond paste and royal icing. Non-alcoholic is also an option. Catering is available. Personalize your cakes and boxed favors for your birthday, engagements, weddings, work events and more. Shipping is also available within the United States. Please contact Mandy at 917-294-3500 on Instagram Mandy Cake Creations and on Facebook Amanda Khan. Mandy's Cakes, a taste to bring you back home. Flamingo Restaurant and Mantra Lounge. We are NYC's premier Caribbean restaurant and lounge, specializing in authentic West Indian, Chinese and Caribbean cuisine. Open every day for lunch and late nights. For delivery, find us on Uber Eats, Grubhub, Seamless and DoorDash. Visit our rooftop lounge upstairs on the weekends for a fun-filled night. We cater and take bookings for private events. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Flamingo Mantra. Our address is 120-06 Rockaway Boulevard, telephone 7188351000.
Canadian-based real estate broker Imran Ali is here to guide and support you for your real estate needs. He is specialized in residential, commercial and pre-construction properties. With his many years of experience, he is trustworthy, knowledgeable and reliable. He can also provide in-house financing for all your mortgage needs. If you're thinking of buying, selling or investing, contact Imran Ali today at 647-283-4127.
All right, we are back and we are excited. Thank you guys so much for your comments. Please keep the comments going. We want to know how you're feeling. What is your idea of women empowerment, and things that you would like to see, changes that you would like to see, and things that you need your feedback, your voices to be heard about. I want to acknowledge some of our viewers that are watching right now. Kenneth Ramprasad, good evening to you. I also want to acknowledge Ravindra Ramcharan. He says, women today can be and do anything a man can do. Working in Manhattan, I see a lot of women in the construction industry and police officers. I agree. I've worked in the city for about 6 years, and you saw a woman doing every single job, family.
However, we're still fighting for equal pay.
Yes.
We're still there. We're not where we want to be where that is concerned, but we're getting there because we're educated the same. We're doing the same work. We should be able to get paid equally.
The student loans are still at the same rate, and they're the same amount for boys and girls. But I have to tell you, we like we all agreed, right? We have come a far way from what we were able to do, thanks to the many women who have stood up and had their voices, out there. When many of us stayed silent as women, some women gave up their rights to speak up and let their voices be heard. And today I featured a story on my Facebook page about Kausila. She was a sugar worker on the plantation, and she didn't believe in justice was served on the sugar plantations when it comes to women. So she, I think it was 14 other women, decided that they're going to protest and got themselves together, and they stood in a line shoulder to shoulder, and they said, this is enough. We need rights too. And they were actually the man actually took the tractor or whatever it was, and he mowed all of them down. Some of them left.
Wow.
Um, she died. Her body was cut in half at the incident, and many of them were left paralyzed for the rest of their lives. But these women stood up. So today I would like to say to those women, right? They might have grandkids now, because I'm sure most of them would have been in their 70s. This happened over 50 years ago. So to those women who stood up for the right of all women, today we salute you. And we hope more women can stand up and do what's right so our future generation can have a better life.
Exactly. I totally agree with you on that. They set the pathway and we just have to continue to set it for our future generations.
Yeah.
We have to follow along. A viewer actually made a comment that parents blackmail their kids in doing things that, they probably didn't have an opportunity to do. So they want the children to continue what they left off into that direction. However, they continue to blackmail and emotionally blackmail their children and tell them, "Oh, I'm minding you, or I'm feeding you. You're not gonna listen, or you're not this, or they go on and on, especially Guyanese parents, where they use that emotional blackmailing towards you. So yes, we see that to this viewer. I don't want to call your name out, so I will say yes, we normally see that every day. It still happens, and that's a barrier we're trying to break. How do we do that? We try to build a conversation with our parents. But then if you have old school parents, I believe that they're very comfortable in their comfort zone, and it's hard to break them out of it. So you continue talking to them, explain to them that, this is a different time. And I prefer talk to you more. Communication is a key to anything. Any relationship, if you have a good communication, you can make sure it works. Either it make it or you break it, either or. However, it's going to benefit you to your desire. So again, speak to your parents. Go and talk to them. Do not be afraid to talk to your parents. And parents need to listen. Give your kids a benefit of the doubt. I mean, let them think for themselves. Let them explore and let them understand. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Nobody is perfect. You have to fall and then get up back. It's the get up we have to make sure that when we get up, how we walk. So I just want to say that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys know 1 in 20 girls between the ages of 15 and 19, around 30 million, have experienced forced sex? In times of both peace and conflict, adolescent girls face the highest risk of gender based violence. Hundreds of millions of girls worldwide are still subjected to child marriage and female genital mutilation, even though both have been internationally recognized as human rights violation. I need to take a minute and process that.
Yeah. I think we need more than a minute, Shameeza.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the reality of what's happening in our world. And as women sit here, comfortable in our lives where we have the right to work, earn an income, even though it might not be the most fair income, but we're not going to compare. We're just happy to be able to work in the same offices as men. But as we do that, right, there are still girls who don't get the right to do any of those things. And they're still dealing with all of the things that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And
And the trauma.
now I know, Nira, you said communication to your parents, right? But how it's now we're teaching our girls, right? We who are a little bit,
Right.
a little bit more empowered are teaching our girls. But how about us? Are we able to speak to our parents? And there are many other parents out there. Do they have the same knowledge or understanding that we do? Where if their daughter comes to them and say, "Hey, I want to become an engineer," are they saying that, "Oh, that's only for boys"? Do we still have that out there? Because it's one thing for us to empower our girls, right? And tell all of our viewers out there that, hey, you should be anything that you want to be, right? But then how do they approach that at home with the parents who are still very old school and feel that a girls' places in the home or in a marriage.
I would say that, like I said, education. They have to educate themselves first.
Right.
Okay? You want to go and talk to your parents. You have to let them know. And of course, we have old school parents. They don't believe in talking. They have like a robotic way that work, come home, or do, get one way of doing things. They don't believe in having dinners. Maybe they don't even have the time because people do two jobs to survive, and
Yeah.
people don't have the time to spend with their children. And this is the key. When you have children, you need to spend time with them. If you don't spend time with your kids, they are going to spend time with somebody else. And that's where you're going to start losing your kids. They're going to start getting more comfortable talking to others instead of talking to their parents who don't listen. So again, it starts at home. Parents need to listen. A good listener is a great learner. So if you don't listen, you cannot communicate with your children. And not because you name parents, you know it all. You do not. I'm a parent. I don't know it all. I'm probably quoting my two sons, but I'm telling you, I've learned so much, and I'm
Yeah.
able to share with the new generation now. Be a good listener. I'm speaking from an experienced mom, a point of view here, that you tend to lose your children if you don't listen to them. So learn from them. And again, you have to communicate and know what they want and what is right. Guide them. Don't tell them they have to. Bring the good, the bad, and the ugly in front of them, and let them think about it. Tell them to sleep on it. Let's talk about it back tomorrow. Let's continue. Communicate. How was your day? How you're doing? Don't forget to tell your children, I love you. You're beautiful. Don't forget those words. It
Yeah.
means a lot. Sometimes children growing up, they don't want to hear it. They feel shy. Oh, mom, don't say that. Their dad, don't say that. But it doesn't matter. You as a parent, you know better, do better. Don't ever stop telling your children that you love them. What is so hard to say, I love you, son, or I love you, daughter, or how was your day? And that's where it started. They're human beings too. They have a bad day in school. I mean, in this time, trust me, there's a lot of things goes on there.
I have a 10-year-old
Yeah.
and she comes home every day and she tells us like we have to listen. Me and her dad, we have to listen. She tells you I had drama today in school. She knows it's drama.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to her drama for about 20 minutes and then you need to give her an opinion about how you feel about it. And then she compares you to your friends. So, you and your friend have issues sometimes, so these kids pay attention. I remember the specific time that she was
Yes.
referring to was when she was about 6 years old, and she reminded me of that, and I'm like, wow. But yeah, they they know certain things, right? Shafi, go ahead. I know you probably have a lot that you want to say by now.
I am listening to you, ladies. Yeah, about my 5 year old. Just I am listening to you guys talking about communication and the importance of that, and having dinners. Over dinner you can have the most wonderful conversation. I mean, to find out, to hear what is going on. But oftentimes we're so busy doing this, doing that. We forget to pay attention to important things, like, or simple things like just having dinner. So we try to, I wouldn't lie, I am basically like a single mother, so with four children. So we, in our household, we try to make dinner once a week. We sit down and have dinner together, because most times I am arriving late at home, but always to sit down as a family, cook together, and have dinner and share what's going on. Yes, sometimes it can be more than once a week, but at least it must happen at least once a week. Like Shameeza said, I don't want, I hope those mothers out there are not judging me, but like Shameeza said, sometimes she's calling me just to have a 1 minute conversation, and then I'm like all over the place because I lead, you know, my life, I have 2 companies, 4 children, a couple of cats, and so it's busy, to say. But Shameeza and Suri, communication is key. Communication is key. It's important, and it's vital. It's critical for us to let our children know that they can come to us. They can trust us and to share with us. We don't have to hear it from the best friend's mom, or something like that. What's going on with our own children. So yeah, I totally agree with what you ladies were saying. And yeah, so Shamisa, you touched early on sexual exploitation. And, this is where the conversation, you know, the importance of having, good communication line open between your kids and you. So if something horrendous like that should happen to them, they would feel comfortable enough to come to you and share that and confide in you, and not have to go on months or years, suffering in silence, right? So yes, thanks for raising that. I mean, the stats are just horrendous, but unfortunately, that's where we are
Yeah.
at. Yeah.
Right. Shafi will take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Yes.
Kaichu Restaurant has been serving our community for over 25 years. We offer an enticing selection of West Indian traditional dishes along with a fully stocked bar. Bring your family and friends to our newly renovated dining room to celebrate your special occasion or event with us. We do catering and we also deliver. Kaichu has 2 locations to choose from. Support our community and eat local. Looking for something to get rid of that fine line wrinkles? Well, look no further. You can now indulge yourself with Truly Flawless. This one-of-a-kind, anti-aging caviar luxury face cream will give you that youthful-looking glow again. It's not only for you ladies, men can also benefit from this product too. Try it for yourself and see results within a week. Check out our website at www.trulyflawlessskincare.com and on Amazon Prime. We are also excited to launch our newest skincare products coming in March 2022.
Enos Driving School offers training for CDL licenses, including tractor-trailers, trucks, and school buses. Just think, with a CDL license, you can have access to thousands of driving jobs at large companies such as FedEx, UPS, MTA, or New York Sanitation. Enos Driving School also offers defensive driving courses and training classes for cars and motorcycles, all taught by their college-trained instructors who can even schedule your road test appointments. Inquire about other driving and training packages as well. You might even be qualified for their free CDL training, as they are a certified institution with the New York State Workforce One program. Call Enos Driving School today. They've been serving our community for over 10 years.
Sherry's Weakness for Sweetness is a family-owned and operated bakery with a West Indian flair. We specialized in custom cakes, decorative desserts, and a contemporary spin on traditional West Indian cuisine. We are located at 114-07 Jamaica Avenue. Hours of operations are Tuesday through Friday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Memories should always be this sweet. Come visit us today.
All right, we are back and we are excited because we have a few more minutes to go and we have so much more to get to. Did you know worldwide, nearly 1 in 4 girls between the ages of 15 and 19 are neither employed nor in education or training, compared to 1 in 10 boys?
Wow.
Now, these statistics that I'm sharing here tonight are from the WHO, World Health Organization, from their website. So these are statistics that was done in 2021, and it is still, mind blowing to hear these numbers and compare to other. We don't want to compare ourselves to boys. I hate to do it because I have sons and I want rights for all of us, but this is the reality of the world that we live in, and it is only natural that we will speak about it, right? So tonight we have spoken a lot about the different types of things that women are going through in this world and what we face every day. Tonight, I want to take the next few minutes for us to speak about solutions. What each one of us can do as individuals or as teams combined, how we can make a difference. What are the changes that we need to have happen before girls and women can have the rights that they deserve to have in this world? So, tonight I'm looking for solutions. I'm looking for your comments. Tell us what you think. You as an individual or as a group, what are the changes that can be made for us to make a difference in this world? Shafi, I'll start with you tonight. What are some of the things that you feel that we can do?
Shameeza, I think we are on the right track to begin with. As a country, we are on the right track. We are creating safe spaces for women to reach out if they're in experiencing domestic violence or gender-based violence or any form of violence against them. There are several programs that are running for women to, gain access to so they can develop themselves and empower themselves, not only in addition to that, I mean, we see a lot of women taking up the mantle, entrepreneurs. Like, for example, I came across this group called Babe Cave, and it's a small brilliant idea, where they have this space. This young lady, I can't remember her name, forgive me,
Amarillo.
where
Amarillo. She was
you
on.
heard of
She was on here. Yeah, she was on Get Real with
you
Shameeza.
see,
Yes.
it's no wonder, it's women like her, right? Girls like her that that we need more of, who could come up with brilliant ideas and not be selfish with that idea, but to share that and to empower, use their platform or use their voice or space to empower other women, and so it's small things like that. And like I said before, I think we are on the right track. We just need to continue to give women, not only in the city or in the coast, but also in rural areas, equal access, right, to those same opportunities, or similar opportunities. Give them access to land so they can farm, because agriculture, I mean, it's a sustainable industry, right? And to mining, you create you will be able to create so many jobs for communities if you support women-owned businesses, right? So I think we are on a good path in this country, but of course we need more support, right? Continuous support, technical support, and also exposure to training programs, business development programs, So we not only start a business, but have the idea, the knowledge, so we can sustain it, right? That's the only way, we can reach, if we ever can reach that equilibrium, that balance. Yeah,
Absolutely. How about you, Suri?
Actually, I'm going to piggyback off of what she said. I believe in women lifting women, and
yeah,
we have to stop competing,
Absolutely.
and we have to acknowledge and compliment
Mm-hmm.
and support each other. If you want to grow, you have to look at it that way. We have to create a safe space, as she also mentioned, where we can create an environment for girls to come and be able to express themselves. If they're not comfortable in home and have strict parents, they should be able to go somewhere, not, and just have like a drop box, and then
yeah,
drop your questions, and if you need help with something, and an open discussion. Names don't have to call. We can create that and have educated people, psychologists, and well educated women out there who can able to talk to these girls and give them ideas, and support them and build their inner confidence and the inner security and motivation to go out there able to take the next step in
yeah,
bettering their future.
Absolutely.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's important to have, um, women clubs,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Where we're there not only to empower each other, it could be a club of women who are all professionals, but we can also, during, in that process, be able to bring other women in who might not be professionals, but have goals that they would like to accomplish, and teach them what we know already in our field,
Yeah,
so they can
yeah.
be and get to the place that they need to be.
Another thing too, creating jobs for women who are home,
Hmm.
who don't have anything to do, like workshops, like teach skills like
Yeah,
sewing, knitting, and all of that. But at the
yeah,
same time too, we have to teach our sons how to treat women. Not forgetting that.
yes, I agree.
Because we prepare our daughters for somebody else's son. We
Yes.
have to make sure that we prepare our son to treat other people's daughters the same way we want to be
yeah,
treated too.
And
So it all begins at home.
I totally agree. We also need to teach our sons that,
Yeah,
they're not limited as to just going out and
exactly.
working, coming home and being man of the house. Oh no.
Yeah.
I have a 29-year-old who knows how to cook and knows how to take care of his room and all his things. And I have a 6-year-old that I'm teaching to do dishes. So, we have to
roles,
teach them, we have to show them that, hey, this is normal, this is okay. And if
yeah,
we do that, they'll never see themselves as different or being the king of
Yeah.
the
yeah,
household. So it's important, it's imperative now that we start teaching our boys these things, because it's a direct uh, reflection when they go out there how they're going to treat women if we're doing the right thing with them at home.
I actually,
indeed.
I'm going to comment on Ravindra Ramcharan. Your comment. I agree with you that we need to pay attention to the poor communities, and we need to create outreach and some kind of skill. Like I suggest sewing, or that knitting thing, or
Workshops.
workshops and all of that, where you can able to have, and again, that's where the girls will be able to go out there, meet people, talk and
Yeah,
interact, like break that barrier,
Absolutely. We
the
have to
yeah.
start breaking
unspoken.
the
Yeah,
barriers.
Yeah,
We
I
have to
really like.
start getting uncomfortable, I think,
Yeah,
is what we need to do. We're too comfortable saying, hey, this is your role, this is your role, we're happy, we're going to stay in our respective zones, and life will be perfect. No, we have to get uncomfortable.
yes.
We have to
yes,
start stepping up and saying, hey, this is way beyond what it should be. It's not a
And
woman's right to go to work, come home, take care of the kids, cook, do laundry, do the dishes,
do
take care of the
everything.
home. No, if you're working, I'm working, we should be sharing equally when we get home.
I want to
yeah,
add
I really,
that we okay, girls should know to do everything like they do, women in the whole,
Right?
but men also should know how to do everything too. That's where
Teach
we
your
have the
boys.
equal, right?
Yeah.
That's equality we're fighting for. Don't
yeah,
teach a children just how to cook a good roti. teach her
No.
how to write a good essay.
And
And
listen,
how
if they don't know how to cook the roti
it's
perfect, it's
okay.
okay. There's so many other options, but the important point is that they need to learn certain skills so that
Yeah,
they're not
socialize.
dependent on others. And this is for me teaching my son how to make the bed was telling him that if you don't have a maid tomorrow, this has been
Yeah, he
my
can
lesson to
survive.
my older
Yeah.
kids that are now in their 20s. I've always said to them, if the maid does not come in tomorrow, your bed still needs to be made up. So get to it, know how to do
Same,
it, right?
same here, same
You
here.
have to teach your
Mm,
children independence.
And
yeah.
Someone just said that.
I
Make
always say
sure.
that, ladies, I always tell my children, I'm not growing babies, I'm growing adults. So you guys need to, be independent. You need to learn certain things, even though you're provided, with the help, but you need to learn. So it's one after dinner, one wash, one dry, one pack, and it also helps, it helps in a way that it forms bonding, when they engage in activities like that at home.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on one of our viewers, Amelia. She says we need to also provide opportunities and workshops on how to deal with mental health issues for both
Oh yeah.
girls and boys. And I absolutely want to touch on that because there are some things that we're trying to do here. And I know, Sheffy, you're trying to do as an executive for the foundation that you're part of. But first, let's hear a message from our sponsors. And I promise these are the final messages.
Hibiscus has been a flagship restaurant in our community for a very long time. Come dine with us and enjoy our excellent food, drinks and service at any one of our many locations. We are located on 12418 101 Avenue and 22113 Jamaica Avenue. Hibiscus at Elliott's on the Mile in Freeport is one of our newest locations, along with 12402 Rockaway Boulevard. In Guyana at 91 Middle Street, Georgetown. Bring your family and friends and come visit us soon.
M&R Firefest is one of the newest hotspot in Richmond Hill. If you're looking to have a fun time or just chill, this lounge is the place to be. We celebrate all occasions and our live entertainment and drink specials are amazing. We are located at 13123 Liberty Avenue. Come check us out and see what everyone is talking about.
Mandy's Cake Creations, serving traditional rum black cake with almond paste and royal icing. Non-alcoholic is also an option. Catering is available. Personalize your cakes and boxed favors for your birthday, engagements, weddings, work events and more. Shipping is also available within the United States. Please contact Mandy at 917-294-3500 on Instagram Mandy Cake Creations and on Facebook Amanda Khan. Mandy's Cakes, a taste to bring you back home. Flamingo Restaurant and Mantra Lounge. We are NYC's premier Caribbean restaurant and lounge, specializing in authentic West Indian, Chinese and Caribbean cuisine. Open every day for lunch and late nights. For delivery, find us on Uber Eats, Grubhub, Seamless and DoorDash. Visit our rooftop lounge upstairs on the weekends for a fun-filled night. We cater and take bookings for private events. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Flamingo Mantra. Our address is 120-06 Rockaway Boulevard, telephone 7188351000.
Canadian-based real estate broker Imran Ali is here to guide and support you for all your real estate needs. He is specialized in residential, commercial and pre-construction properties. With his many years of experience, he is trustworthy, knowledgeable and reliable. He can also provide in-house financing for all your mortgage needs. If you're thinking of buying, selling or investing, contact Imran Ali today at 647-283-4127.
All right, we are back and we are ready to continue this conversation. Again, I want to, Amila was saying that we need to provide more workshops. I absolutely agree. We need to provide little spaces for our girls to have something to learn a skill, learn something different, right? And I think it's equally important that we support organizations that are focused on empowering our girls. And so, with that said, I know Shafi, you as executive for a foundation, you're very passionate about our foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay. I am part of the Guyana Women Miners Organization. GWMO was founded about just over 10 years ago, and we are focused on several social issues, and also empowering women in the mining industry. One of the social issues that we focus heavily on is human trafficking, and you would have mentioned sexual exploitation earlier. Yes, we've partnered with several donor agencies um, to combat human trafficking in Guyana. I'm also a member of the technical ministerial task force, sorry, for human trafficking here in Guyana. Um, what else I could share with you? Yeah, um,
That's quite a lot.
yeah, yeah. We have, like many other countries, we continue to fight the good fight to end human trafficking in Guyana. But of course, with with situations such as COVID, the pandemic that we just experienced, that has only, worsen the situation more, because vulnerable populations become even more vulnerable, and hence, we see the problem presently in Venezuela, the complete breakdown, and what that, the ripple effect that has on the Venezuelan people, crossing borders, and entering into countries such as Colombia, Ecuador, and Guyana, Trinidad and Guyana. And unfortunately, we are seeing in our country tremendous rise of human trafficking cases and sexual exploitation of women and girls. So it's a very challenging social problem, but we continue to fight the good fight to end human trafficking. And actually, tomorrow we have a meeting, ministerial task force meeting, on the way forward.
Well, good luck in that meeting, and hope we can make changes. We can deal with different situations to make sure that our girls are protected and they're in
Yeah,
safe places, and we can help them. For us, Suri and I are part of Safari for Hope. I'm the founder and president, and she is our chairperson, and I'm proud to have her as my chairperson, because she is one of those women who you just heard her speak. You can tell why she's our chairperson. And
yeah,
together we have monthly meetings, and we have ideas that we're planning fundraisers, and we're looking for the support of the community, because without your support we can't do it all by ourselves.
Exactly.
that's true.
So I want to encourage you. We are at the point where we've, in our meetings recently, we discussed food items that we can ship to Guyana, and hopefully, Shafi, we can have a conversation, because I know you are familiar with some of the areas that young girls need things like personal care items. I know there was a article written about me a few months ago where I said, and this I quote this, that I said that personal care item is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and I
It
truly
is.
stand with that, because
It is.
girls should not
Yeah.
only have access to simple things like deodorant and sanitary napkins when it's convenient, or when it's they should have access to those things on a monthly basis, daily basis. And I
Yeah,
refuse to accept this is what our society is accepting, and we have to make a difference. We have to
Yeah.
make changes, and I want to be that change, and I need the support of our viewers, of anyone that's listening. If you like to make a donation to Safari for Hope, we are here. We're here to help. We're here to, whatever way you want to support us. If it's clothing that you have, we're looking in I think in September we
Yeah.
decided, or October, we're going to do a toy drive so that the kids, we can ship everything and get it to Guyana
In
by
time for
December.
Christmas.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
these are the things we're working on, but we need your support. And we have so many ideas for workshops and other women groups that we're thinking of here in New York and possibly also taking to Guyana. But again, the support of others. So we're asking for your help tonight as we take on these tasks. And we're looking for ideas too. So if you have any
Yeah.
ideas and support that you would like to lend, we're here to listen.
And also, if anyone is actually going through any kind of hardship
Mhm.
currently, we're here too. And however we can help, if we can help you in what way you're looking, we'll direct you to someone who can help you towards that. Okay, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us in any
Yeah,
way you can.
and again, like you said, Suri, it doesn't have to be. I noticed Amelia also said that mothers need workshops and support groups as well. I agree. It's not easy being a mom. Listen, we a lot of times people think that they see your persona and they think, oh, you're just perfect. No, I've made so many mistakes as a mom. I can tell you, my two older kids, the person I was then, I've made so many mistakes, and I probably still continue to make mistakes. I'm gonna look back at my life 20 years from now and said, "Oh my God, I said this to my 6-year-old." But we're human beings. We're learning. We are every day we're growing. And if you stop growing and learning, then that's the problem. You never want to stop learning, and listen to your kids because there's so much. As a teenager, when I was raising kids, I didn't know how to listen because I saw what I grew up in. Now, as
Yeah.
a mom, I'm
Yes.
totally different, and I hope that I can, I'm happy and I'm proud of the kids that I raised when I was a teenager. But today, I'm even more proud to see the little creatures that I have that are growing up, and they make me happy every day because I see kids that are loving, caring, and full of humor.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Someone mentioned that you should encourage people to join her free store. It's a space where they can post whatever they have for donation.
True, true. Mother's Motivation is a free store, and they have other people who donate clothing and books and all these different things. And I think, Sheffy, they were looking for your information as well. They would
Okay.
love to get in contact with you. So she shared her information. Sheffy, if you can share yours, because
Yeah,
again, we need to empower each other, and you
yeah.
never know how or what we can offer to each other.
Or you
So
don't know the difference that will make in someone's
one's life.
life, you know? So,
Exactly.
I mean, encouragement, and especially when it's coming from stranger who actually appreciate what you're doing, appreciate your time, and appreciate you for you, it means a lot. So I appreciate all the viewers taking their time tonight to listen to
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking that, Suri, that
Yeah,
they're here. They're taking time out of their time that
busy
they could have been
schedule.
spending with their
Their
kids
kids,
or
yeah.
their husband, and they're here to listen to us. Just, and I hope that tonight's show, someone out there learned something new, or, definitely will look at things
Yeah,
differently so that,
yeah.
again, we can be empowered. All right. Davina says, books, clothing, toys, new and slightly used items, preferably to be picked up. Absolutely.
Okay.
And this is a very, very good group. Anyone who's listening, if you are interested, Amelia shared a link. Please take a look. There's so much good things. I am part of the group, and I can tell you every day I'm learning. We share quotes and we share each other cooking and recipes, and it's a lot of fun to be part. It's called Mother's Motivation. So please take a look at the link. Again, there are rules in like most groups. There's a lot of respect that we have for each other, and we stick to certain things. But please take a look. You can definitely learn something. All right, guys. I hate to say this, but we're coming to the end of tonight's show. It was definitely a pleasure being with you two ladies and our viewers. And the discussion, as much as Women History Month is ending tonight, the discussions on women role in society, woman empowerment. It does not end here on Get Real with Shameeza. This conversation continues, and I hope that we will have more conversations like this in the future. I'm also looking to do a show on suicide. So if you guys have any ideas, I mean, we're going to talk about suicide, but any professionals that you think will be necessary for us to have on the show to give advice or to, help us out, please send us an email or message me a recommendation, and I will definitely look into it. We're also coming. We only have a few more shows left for this season, and we're wrapping up season 3. And I'm as much as I'm excited to bring season 4, there's a lot more to come in the next few weeks. So keep listening, keep sharing, and thank you guys so much. You guys are totally awesome. Um,
Thank you so much,
Thank
Shanice,
you.
for having us.
so
So
on
healthy.
closing tonight, I hope tonight's discussion has added some sort of value to your life. I hope we were able to empower you. I hope we were able to inspire you. And I hope that we enlightened you. Next week, we will speak to Chris Singh. He is an inspiring individual who is humble and super smart. He is taking customer service to a next level. How did he do it? Calling on all our Ocean View iFlood viewers and our Canadian viewers to show their love and support because he is from Ocean View and he is currently living in Canada. So call up your friends, let them join us next week. I would like to thank my co-hosts Suri and Sheffy for staying real tonight, my sponsors, and you, my beautiful viewers, for your continued love and respect. Until next time, be empowered, be enlightened. Good night. Bye
Good
bye.
night.